Good morning. My name is Prophet C. Brazil. Welcome to another day of Bible prophecy, taken from Revelation chapter 13. Is the target chapter for today. However, I will go through various other chapters to confirm the prophecy spoken of by God the Father through his word, which was Jesus Christ, who became flesh. So, continuing this episode of Spake Jesus after the cross, part 2, as I will number this. The reason I decided I tried to do as much as I could today, this morning, to continue to show you an insight of where we are in Bible prophecy, and to reveal unto you things to come shortly, as is spoken of in the Revelations. And as Jesus spoke before the cross, when he spoke concerning the prophecy of Daniel, and we see these nations gather around the Holy Land, let, let, let us understand that the time is near. So, a continuation of Revelation at Revelation chapter 13, where this prophecy transcends into the prophecy spoken of by Daniel and various others. But Daniel, the prophet Daniel, is the target point from where on the other side of the cross, and the Revelations is the replica of Daniel on this side of the cross. Now, there have been a power struggle in the earth ever since the foundation of the earth. There's one man who served God and one man who didn't serve God. He served a mythical God, denied the God. And this man, when I searched the record over and searched through history, this man was not in the book of life from the foundation of the world because of the way he came to be upon the face of the earth. However, through his knowledge that he acquired, it was given him through genetic interbreeding, having genetic traits of angels, he became mighty men in the earth and became superpowers in the earth, where he can go into the earth in various parts of the earth and take from the earth minerals and contents of plants and animals alike, and create for himself a great haven of super weaponry that enabled him to dominate. And through his weaponry, where he created through his various technology, he began to dominate and virtually rule the earth and try to set his rules and regulation. Even his law, he tries to place over the law God gave to Moses. Now, God decided to call this man to judgment. And to prove God was God, even before this man had created all the craft that he created, and the world continued to say that there was no God, and they fabricated delusions that we came by way of evolution. Well, when you look at the wisdom of God, and when he set a specific point in time for this thing to come to pass, when you see what caused this man to go into this place where God had ordained for him to come to stand in judgment, he had to count every craft that this man had manufactured that runs off the substance of oil, crude oil. He had to. And in order to number everything, he had to know how many billions and billions of gallons of crude oil was going to be used in order to get that man back to where he ordained him to be standing in judgment before the living God. And he was supposed to go back to the Middle East, where they're on their way now. And what's driving them there, the way God used to drive them there, The man became a dominant force here upon the earth, where he continued to enslave peoples and nations until he stained himself red. That's why God gave you the symbol of the white horse and the red horse. The red horse is a symbol showing you how much the blood this man had shed throughout his conquest. Well, by him being on top, and this being a people who dominated the earth and sets forth his standards in the earth, and now he having created all of this craft, and now God have caused his land to go barren. The oil is having an oil shortage here in his land and all over the world. And the only natural resource, the only land that has abundance of crude oil, and that is the land where God gave to the seed of Abraham. What this does, it became a magnet, the same as a hook in his mouth, to bring that man over there because of his need of the crude oil. So in order, he began to think, if he don't go take that crude oil, then he think about all the things that he have done to other peoples in other nations, and he will become troubled that they will do the same thing to him. Where he went and terrorized other nations and destroyed and tore down, made everybody, all the other nations, a willingness all over the earth as he went and robbed them of their good. And now the very heartbeat that caused his industrialization of his nation to run, that engine is no more. And the crude oil is the heartbeat. It is all in the Middle East. So what did he rather do? Rather than humble himself, he would rather go against a God of God and become same as a hook in his mouth, dragging him back to the Middle East, where this nation lived. Mystery Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar. God spoke to him in a prophecy he gave to Daniel. Without any delay, let me make sure I say this. This is Spake Jesus Spake Jesus after the cross, part 4 is what I'm going to start here with. And I've traced the footsteps of this nation all the way from the Middle East, and it's returning back now to judgment, giving account of what he have done all across the earth during his conquest. I'm going to go to Daniel. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim of Judea came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judea, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of God, which he carried into the land of Shinar, Shinar, to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasures house of his God. God had Moses to create these vessels before he was called up, and the vessels became a symbol of who the children of Israel supposed to be, the 12 tribes. It's not consistent in one tribe. All 12 tribes became the vessels of God. Even the Ark of the Covenant became that vessel. What they symbolically this mean, that these become the vessels of the Lord in the house that God gave Abraham, which belonged to Jesus. Jesus paid for that land with his blood on the cross, as he uses as a redemption to ordain all men and all nations unto God. And Nebuchadnezzar and them, who was occupying this land, the Chaldees, they had to be driven out because they was there illegally, because they was a part of the product of them after the enslavement of God's peoples. But they had to be driven out.